when a person with important responsibilities and who's a known figure, when he, sort of takes up a Chinese throne in his hand and then, belittles the entire industry, that's when young people like me also have to speak up.
Rahul Gandhi is facing significant backlash from industry experts and leaders for using a banned Chinese drone in a social media video, where he is seen criticizing India's drone industry.
See, I think I am not a person who comments on political items, but very frankly, when a person with important responsibilities and who's a known figure, when he, sort of takes up a Chinese throne in his hand and then, belittles the entire industry, that's when young people like me also have to speak up, because it's just, quite frustrating that we have 400 plus companies in the country and about 40 to 50 drone component companies who are working very hard to overcome all these challenges. And then someone who's a sort of followed personality by at least some part of the society comes up and holds up a Chinese drone and just says that, we don't understand anything in India, and, this is none of these parts are made in India. So it's quite demotivating, essentially.
Smit Shah, president of the Drone Federation of India, condemned Gandhi's actions, stating that it was inappropriate for someone with significant influence to belittle the Indian industry while using a Chinese drone. DJI drones, manufactured by the Shenzhen-based Chinese company, have been banned in India since 2022, prompting Shah to question how Gandhi obtained the drone and whether proper legal clearances were followed.
See, when we talk about drones, we have essentially, three aspects which we talk. We talk about regulation, we talk about technology, and we talk about adoption. So since, 2021, government has come up, like a front runner, basically with a swinging bat, and, has made sure that policy and the regulations, which is the first aspect that is very clear. In 2021, government proactively, with support of industry and academia, took a stance that we no longer believe that we are confused or we are, looking at drones from a confusion lens. We very clearly understand that drones is a opportunity. Technology has been used since quite some time, but it has to be one of the most important technologies going forward, which is when there was a focus built on making India a global drone hub. First thing that led to this entire focus on drones is that there was a ease of doing business. A regulation came out, which essentially talked about how people can manufacture drones, certify drones, fly, and various other things around the regulation. Before this, we had multiple sets of regulations where, to interpret the regulation also, you required a lawyer first. So let's say there are two people out of a, engineering college, they want to build a drone company. First, they would need to, hire a lawyer, understand regulations and all of that. It was going on since quite some time. First time government came and said, by the way, the language of the regulations will also be very easy so that the young person in the country can understand it himself. Then government announced incentives, the financial incentives. You do 100 rupees of sales, and if you have raw materials and other expenses towards the goods that have been gone, let's say, for example, that is 40 rupees. 100 minus 40, the net value is called as value addition, and on that government gives 20% incentive. And third, government said, by the way, we don't want to do ease of doing business and financial incentives for everyone. We want to disproportionately support, Indian ecosystem. So there was a blanket ban on the import of foreign drones. Lot of people looking at my video and other aspects, keep, talking loosely saying that, but people are getting Chinese components, people are getting foreign components and all. From a policy perspective, it is absolutely clear. As of now, presently, there is ease of doing business. There are financial incentives, which the scheme got over. Now there is a potential of a new scheme coming up. And third, there is an import ban on import of drones as a whole and as a part, like as a kit, essentially. So now we are going to the next step. The next step is basically talking about the technology part, which is how do you make sure that you have supply chain and, you have components being built and all, which is slowly ramping up in the country. We have so many companies who are doing more than 60%, 70% indigenous content. So I don't understand how this comes out that, we don't have any understanding of components. No one is building components in the country. And third and most important, which is adoption. India is the only country where about 300,000 villages, 3 lakh villages have been mapped with drones, and there is land record digitization that is happening. India is the only country where there are 15,000, women self-help groups that are getting drones and training and deployment of agriculture spraying drones in such a large number. India is the only country where, more than 10 states, they have done pilot projects on healthcare delivery. So all of this is being happening. and you totally disregard this and say, we have no understanding of this tech, and we are not building anything. Especially the point is, by handling a drone that is of DJI and that is banned. I mean, that is slightly discomforting to me, and maybe the entire community as a whole.
In his video, Rahul Gandhi argued that India lacks a robust drone production sector and emphasized the country's untapped potential.